Hey everybody, KC here. So just a quick one this morning. It occurs to me that one of the things that's really changed during the pandemic has been the degree to which wineries have begun doing online tastings, right? And it seems to me, and I can't prove this scientifically, but as somebody who's on a lot of mailing lists for a lot of wineries, I very rarely saw online tastings and seminars and conversations with winemakers. I very rarely saw those things before the pandemic. Wineries, I think, expected you to go to them. But when the pandemic hit and travel was so significantly curtailed, wineries were very smart about reaching out to their customers and doing these things. And sometimes you could just buy their wine and you could taste it and they'd talk you through it. Sometimes they had conversations with winemakers. There was one thing I watched where there was Francis Ford Coppola was talking about his vineyard. Coppola is like a god to me. So that was totally cool. And I think that's really smart, not just for wineries, but every retailer should find ways to reach out to their consumer. I suspect going forward that even as the pandemic ends, a lot of these wineries are going to continue to do it, understanding that most of their customers, in fact, probably don't live anywhere near the winery. And so if they can create connections, they're not just making sales, but they're creating relationships that can endure and that are really good for business long term. Every retailer should do that. One of the things we always say here on Morning Newsbeat is it's important for retailers not to just be a source of product, but a resource for information. And when people are doing online conversations via Zoom or whatever it happens to be, that's what they're being. They're being a resource for their shoppers. So I think it's something everybody should be trying to do. I know that I've been, listen, I never used to do daily videos before the pandemic hit, but I found it a way to connect with my customers, you, the reader, in ways that are just more intimate. They're more connected than they were beforehand. And I haven't been sorry for a moment that I've done it. So anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. I hope you have a great weekend. I, for one, am going to probably do a little wine tasting. Have a good one, everybody.